So
Some,
that was actually my last question from you. Tips and tricks for people who are already working on check right now. What are the tips?
yeah.
Because you are very experienced on this platform, I think you have the best kind of advice somebody can have for somebody. The money part. How much can a person earn in terms of rupees, if you can tell me something? A
Okay.
bracket?
See, basically, I think the minimum amount.
Hello, hi. Thank you very much for joining me today. Guys, I want you to know that this is my cousin, Sakeena Jawaid, and she has been working on check for quite some time now. I'm telling you, nobody can give you better advice than her on this, on working on this platform called Check. Let's start. I'll be referring to you as Sakeena in this entire interview,
And I'll be referring to you as Aleena and no pet names.
which
And let,
we
let me just make a formal hi, how are you to you first.
Yes, yes. So that will be better because I don't want the entire world to find out my pet name.
Yeah.
Okay. So I first question that I'm going to ask you is what was happening before Czech? How come Czech entered your life?
Okay. Now, before check,
Mm.
like from the starting, if I see, then I was an MBA. I am an MBA, and I was working abroad where my father was from 35 years, and he called me there, and I was working very fine job, wonderful life, and all that. But then, obviously, like every other individual, I had other plans that yes, marriage and kids and all that. So
Mm.
when I came into that, and I remember the first thing, like girls when they talk to their would-be's, it's like that I want this in my life, I want that in my life. My first question to him was, will you let me work? And I'm like, yeah, I have no problem, you can work. And in fact, I got another job after my marriage, and that was after 8 months of my marriage. And then I got my job, and after 6 months of my job, I was already conceived with a baby. The second baby hui meri. I have two kids, 6 and 3 now. So after that, अब वो बच्ची बड़ी हो गई, second baby. Then I felt now I can go to the market, I can explore, I can come back to track. And I didn't realize कि इन 6 साल में मार्केट की क्या कंडीशन हो गई है. व्हेन आई वाज इनटू जॉब, मुझे मस्कत के एक्सपीरियंस की वजह से और वहाँ का जो पे स्केल है उसके हिसाब से आई वाज गेटिंग वेरी गुड अवियर. तो मेरा क्राइटेरिया वही था कि 6 साल हो गए तो हो गए, बट आई गॉट सच गुड एक्सपीरियंस. एंड अभी इतना टाइम हो गया है, तो अगर मैं जॉब में इतने टाइम होती, मेरी सैलरी इतनी बढ़ चुकी होती अभी तक. आई वुड बी अर्निंग समवेयर इन लैक्स पर मंथ. तो अभी मुझे कुछ उसके करीब ही चाहिए. तो माई expectations are very high, and I
Hmm.
went to the market, and I was all struggling what to do, what not to do. And then suddenly, out of nothing, Miss Aleena Rais, my dear sister, came up and she introduced Czech to me. And the best part is that she was into Czech at that time, and she was like, we're going to do it together. And I don't know when she went to other platforms, and she got me stuck to this wonderful platform. Jahan se she's been given me ideas. The best part is with you, whatever you explore and you come up a YouTube video with, you come to me on the next day, the same very same day, and you are like, come on, do this, you're going to. And I'm like, no, I'm happy with Czech because मुझे वो comfort दिखने लगा. I started feeling, there are so many good points with check जिससे it's मतलब I'm not able to leave it. मैं कभी कम करती हूँ questions per day, कभी ज़्यादा करती हूँ, कभी performance ऐसी वैसी, but I'm on with check. Three
How
years
long
I
has
have
it been
like,
already? Three
huh?
years?
Three
Three
years.
years?
It's
It's
been
been
3 years.
wow.
Three
Wow.
years, and I've experienced everything in between. I got fed up of it. I got, like, oh, nahi, ab nahi karna hai. But then again, I was like, nahi, yaar, this is the best.
So on an average, if I ask you just a ballpark figure, I don't want exact, but in a bracket, how much can somebody earn? That's something I want to know from you. If you
Yeah,
don't want to make it personal about yourself, I'm okay with that. I just want to give the audience a little idea
I
as to how much
cannot
they can,
make it personal because it's been very much fluctuating with me.
because of the two kids,
Various
obviously, you have
factors, yeah.
responsibility.
Like, there was a time that I could give or not, I could not give much time to it. But yes, if you are into it and you've determined, and basically the most important thing, you have a goal to fulfill. Like, mera kya hai? Side income. My husband is the bread and butter of the family. I'm just doing it for the side income. As I tell my husband that, here, listen, ma, this is whatever I'm earning, this is only for travel and leisure. This is for
Okay.
nothing else. He's like, okay, come on, pay bills. You're earning so well. I said, no, this is not for paying bills. This is only for travel and leisure and whatever fun the kids want to have.
For
So,
experiences.
मेरा goals ऐसे नहीं है जिसके लिए मैं उसमें एकदम घुस जाऊँ. But if someone has those goals and someone is determined enough, this is a very good platform to earn as much as you want.
But on a minimum, how much can you earn if you're giving 3 hours of your day regularly?
Like 3 hours में बहुत कुछ कवर हो जाता है बेसिकली. सी
Hmm.
व्हाट हैपेंस इज कि मेरे साथ ऐसा कई बार होता है. क्वेश्चन आई एम डूइंग इज टेकिंग मी 20 minutes, बट टू
Hmm.
गेट दैट क्वेश्चन ऑफ माय चॉइस इट्स टेकिंग मी 2 hours, you know.
Then you skip the questions in between. That's what
Yes,
you
I
do?
skip a lot. I skip a lot, and please give guys. This is a very important tip
Myth.
I'm giving you, which people didn't give me. You know, like I came
Yeah.
up and I had my own doubts and I cleared them my own with my own experiences. But this is a very good tip that please don't answer questions just out of haste. Oh my God, इतने time से skip कर रहा हूँ. Oh God, इतना number हो गया. Now I have to answer. Don't do that. Be very sure of what you can answer, of what cannot make your quality go down, then only take up a
So
question.
quality is very important, as you said.
Very important. I am telling you, starting में quality review हुआ मेरा. वो तो सबका होता है, ठीक है. Now after about 2 years I got very confident. I was like यार अब तो I'm the champ. मेरे तो वो खाली CF score ऊपर ही रहता है, no downwards, no one is checking on me. मैंने अपने आप थोड़ा for granted लेना शुरू किया. I'm being very honest, confession, because I've seen you confessing very nicely on your YouTube channel. So let me get an inspiration.
All my mistakes are
And
very public now.
मैंने क्या किया दैट मैंने अपनी क्वालिटी पे थोड़ा करना शुरू किया. आई स्टार्टेड प्लेइंग विद थिंग्स कि जहाँ पर उन्होंने पूछा है व्हाट आर द एडवांटेजेस, मैंने सिर्फ एडवांटेजेस लिख दिया. आई डिडंट एक्सप्लेन द एडवांटेजेस. सीएफ स्कोर कहीं ना कहीं कम हुआ, कहीं ना कहीं दीज पीपल ऑब्जर्व विद सम वे, दे केम अप, क्वालिटी चेक्स होने लगे मेरे. वन मेल केम, प्लीज इम्प्रूव. आई डिड नॉट. These are
Oh,
things I've not even told you ever. Then
okay.
another one came with a warning. Okay, get your quality good, otherwise you know you're going to get.
Then you have to
Now I
revert
came
to
back to my
zero.
senses. What am I going to do after this? Come on, now I have to stick to this. मैं वापस अपनी quality पे आई. I started writing good quality answers, not taking up answers just for increasing my numbers. एक
Hmm.
वो टारगेट हो जाता है ना जब आपको दिखता है कि अरे यार पैसा मिल रहा है, नंबर बढ़ाओ क्वेश्चंस के. That
Yeah.
should not be your aim. It's about anything you do in life. Honesty रहना चाहिए.
Ever since your last quality review, the negative feedback that you received, ever since then things have been going fine with you. You did not receive any other
I
mail.
am telling you that in this all 3 years, जो starting में review check हुआ था वो हुआ था,
Hmm.
and ये बीच में एक हुआ है. Otherwise, I've not got quality review check. I don't know what is. I think उनका criteria यही है कि जब किसी का CF score कम रहता है for a period of time, that is when they come up and start reviewing your answers. Because उसके
Okay.
अलावा हाँ they must be having some criteria. I don't know how they suddenly come and track. CF score तो उनके पास सबका रहता ही है. And
Hmm.
my CF score is always above 80, माशाल्लाह, touch wood. But then कभी ऐसा होता था कि मतलब 60 भी हो गया and all that. कई बार CF स्कोर आपकी फॉल्ट से भी नहीं होता है. अभी मैंने इनफैक्ट इस पे चेक जो हमारा एक ग्रुप है, एवरीवन इन चेक मस्ट बी ऑन अ व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप ऑफ देयर्स विद द सब्जेक्ट. तो मैंने उस पर कंप्लेन भी की थी इस चीज़ की, एंड दे गॉट इट सॉर्टेड. दे दिस इज़ अ वेरी गुड थिंग. दे आर वेरी रिस्पॉन्सिव. आपको कुछ डाउट होगी, दे विल क्लियर, दे विल कम बैक टू यू. आपको ऐसा नहीं लगेगा वर्किंग फ्रॉम होम यू आर वो प्रेशर नहीं लगेगा कि देयर इज नो वन टू टेल यू थिंग्स एंड नो वन टू गाइड यू. दे कम अप जब
So it's
आपको
a
कोई.
very professional organization. You just feel like you're
आई
working in a
पुट सपोर्ट
factory.
टिकट्स ऑल्सो. मुझे कुछ क्वेश्चन में डाउट था, मैंने सपोर्ट टिकट भी डाला. दे आंसर टू दैट ऑल्सो. फॉरन आते हैं पलट के. दे वेरी ट्रांसपेरेंट अबाउट देयर रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस. आप
Hmm.
सही प्लेटफॉर्म से सही नियत से सही उससे करोगे उस चीज को विद द राइट इंटेंशन, यू
Hmm.
आर नॉट लूजिंग इट.
And is there any advice that you have for a newcomer? Because a lot of people are joining Czech right now. Very many people are joining these days.
See, this is
Advice for them.
the advice will be that just stick to it and be
Hmm.
honest with your work. शुरू में आपको थोड़ा टफ लगेगा. यू विल फाइंड लाइक ओ माय गॉड आई वेस्टेड सो मच टाइम, आई एम नॉट गेटिंग क्वेश्चंस, मुझे तो कुछ आता ही नहीं है. या फिर यू गेट द क्वेश्चन, यू गेट द आंसर्स, लेकिन वो इतना डिटेल है यू कैन नॉट राइट देम इन योर ओन वर्ड्स. डोंट
Hmm.
जस्ट गिव अप. कीप प्रैक्टिसिंग. आंसर लिखना इन योर ओन वर्ड्स इज अनदर टैलेंट विच यू नीड टू रियली हैव इन दिस प्लेटफॉर्म. ठीक
Hmm.
है, थैंकफुली मेरे साथ इतना अच्छा है कि जहाँ मैं उसमें मैटर मटेरियल में देख देख के लिखती हूँ, वहाँ तो मुझे शायद अपवोट मिले शायद ना मिले, जहाँ मुझे टोटली अपने वर्ड्स में लिखना होता है समथिंग वेरी इजी या समथिंग ऑफ माय ओन एक्सपीरियंस, दे आस्क दैट इन योर डिस्क्राइब conflict resolution in your workplace that you experienced. अब
Hmm.
इसमें I'm not going to get anything online. I have to
Yeah.
write of my own experience. मतलब obviously I'm not experienced as thing, but मैं makeup करूँगी एक story.
Hmm.
I'm always getting an upvote on it. Writing
Okay.
skills or whatever from our family genes, but I
Hmm.
always get an upvote for it. तो writing skills आप अपनी अच्छी करो and ज़्यादा study करो उस चीज़ पे, tactics of how to get into check जो I'm going to explain maybe आगे कि क्या क्या आप कर सकते हो to maintain quality, to maintain that CF score that you have to maintain, and then keep a good number of answers also जिससे कि आपकी income भी अच्छी आती रहे. You cannot just sit there and waste time on drafting questions, drafting answers or looking for questions. आपको
Hmm.
actually अपना number भी बढ़ाना है. That is the main target for which you have a year. आपने हफ्ता आपने like I'm just talking about the people who are only on this, not the people who are working from. तो आपने अगर इसमें 20-25 क्वेश्चन कर लिया and you're satisfied with that, that is not what check is for. आप
Okay.
पर हो यूटिलाइज करो उसको मैक्सिमम.
Oh,
तो
okay. On
मतलब
an average,
न्यूकमर्स
how
का यही
many?
है दैट यू जस्ट नीड टू बी पेशेंट एंड नीड टू इंक्रीज योर स्किल्स विद दैट. ऐसा मत सोचो कि यार फर्स्ट डे पे ही आपने कमा लिया या यू नो इन 1 month यू आर नॉट गेटिंग दैट मच ऑफ हाउ मच टाइम यू आर गिविंग टू इट. मैंने बहुत इंप्रूव किया है फ्रॉम व्हाट आई वाज टू व्हाट आई एम टुडे. सो जस्ट गिव इट टाइम पेशेंटली एंड बिलीव मी इट्स
Okay.
गोइंग टू पे बैक.
Okay. How many questions are you being able to solve in a month on an average? Average.
देखो like I am giving you my example in which you'll have to consider two kids
Mhm.
home with no full-time maid.
Ah,
Okay, and obviously my father is here, you know all that story
I
also,
know your
looking after
story.
everything else. With
Hmm.
all that, my average is 5 to 8 questions a day.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
pretty good. I remember from my average, mine was pretty bad compared to yours.
And I'll tell you, I was also stuck with 1 or 2 questions and 0 questions a day. And from that, how I got to this is a long journey जो मैंने खुद एक्सपीरियंस की है, जो मिस्टेक्स मैंने की हैं. यू नो वर्किंग फ्रॉम होम, पीपल व्हाट दे थिंक इज कि घर से करना है, लेट के कर लो, बैठ के कर लो, फ्री टाइम मिले तब कर लो, अरे
Hmm.
यार अभी नेटफ्लिक्स वेब सीरीज आ रहा है उसके बाद कर लेंगे. यू नो
Hmm.
एक
Hmm.
कंफर्ट आ ही जाता है.
Hmm.
वर्क होम का कंफर्ट व्हेन यू आर वर्किंग फ्रॉम होम एक्चुअली, तो आप उस चीज का एक राइट समझते हो दैट आई नीड टू गेट दिस कंफर्ट.
Hmm.
उसमें क्या होता है, यू स्टार्ट लूजिंग इट. आपको ये पता ही नहीं चलता है कि आप कितना टाइम वेस्ट कर रहे हो उसमें,
Hmm.
कितना टाइम आप यू नो. एंड आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि डोंट गेट अ लाइफ फॉर योरसेल्फ. ये भी नहीं है कि आप एक प्रेशर लेके बैठ जाओ, नहीं आई एम वर्किंग फ्रॉम होम सो व्हाट आई हैव टू गिव ऑल द टाइम टू इट, 8-9 घंटे बैठे रहो. नो, द बेस्ट पार्ट इज दैट यू हैव टू मैनेज योर टाइम. ये
Hmm.
भी वो भी करो, वो भी करो. एंड एक
Set a target also for yourself.
टारगेट बना लो. मैंने टारगेट बनाया एंड दैट इज हाउ आई स्टार्टेड एक्सपीरियंसिंग द चेंज. कैन ब्रेक योर डे इनटू पार्ट्स.
Hmm.
आप मॉर्निंग टाइम में बिफोर लंच आपको 3 करने ही करने हैं. अब
Okay.
3 करने के लिए यू मेक एन एवरेज, आप एक क्वेश्चन पे कितना दे रहे हो with an estimation of how much time it's taking to you to skip and find a question for yourself and how much time it's taking you to answer that question. तो आपने from breakfast to lunch 3 questions का कर लिया. ठीक है,
Hmm.
now lunch के बाद you need to lie down, you need to sleep, you need to watch an episode on the web series. ठीक है, आपने वो टाइम अपने आप को दिया बिकॉज आप अपने नेक्स्ट टारगेट के लिए उसके बाद रेडी कर रहे हो अपने आप को. उसके
Okay.
बाद आपने 3 बना लिए इवनिंग के.
Hmm.
एंड मे बी नाइट पे आपने सोचा 10 बजे, बिकॉज नाइट में दे से दैट इवन द चेक पीपल द कोऑर्डिनेटर्स हु आर फॉलोइंग अप विद अस, दे से रात में ज्यादा से ज्यादा करो बिकॉज द क्वेश्चन फ्लो इज वेरी गुड एट दैट टाइम. एंड
Hmm.
विद माई ओन एक्सपीरियंस आई एम सेइंग वी
Hmm.
गेट इजी क्वेश्चंस एट दैट टाइम.
Okay. So
सम
that was actually my last question from you. Tips and tricks for people who are already working on Chegg right now. What are the tips?
या
Because you are very experienced on this platform, I think you have the best kind of advice somebody can have for somebody. That is what I want to know from you.
सी फर्स्ट तो मैंने ये टारगेट्स का बताया
And
कि आप टारगेट सेट.
prefer talking in English because I'll have to edit a lot otherwise. Hmm.
Okay. So you will have to make targets.
Hmm.
Okay. Without targets, I'm telling you, you're not going anywhere. Even
Okay.
if you make it two, like if the person is working already on a job, he is, so he
Hmm.
cannot give too much time. तो
Okay.
2 बना लो, 3 बना लो per day. And then what with the targets is not that आज आपने target बनाया, you couldn't fulfill, you go to sleep. No,
Hmm.
What I do is I made a target of 7 questions today.
Yeah.
I could not do seven, I only did six. Next day I'll have to cover it up with 8 questions. That
Okay.
is a
Okay.
punishment for me. So targets means that you have to achieve those targets. That is how you'll get to the desired number by the end of the month. Because
Mm.
मैंने ये भी करके देखा है कि month में इतने हो जाए. Month
Mm.
में इतने हो जाए is not going to work. You have to
It's a
make per
long
day
term.
targets.
It has to be a short goal, right? Short term goal.
Per data this thing. And another thing that helps in this is what I have experienced, form a little working space for yourself.
Acha, a separate
Sitting on
office kind of
beds,
a setup.
sitting on sofa, don't do that. Sitting with your family on the lap with the laptop on your
Mhm.
lap, don't do that.
So
Okay.
you sit at a different table?
Yeah, like I have my I'm on in my bedroom, that
Mm.
same place where I used to sit, but sitting on the bed and doing the questions and having a table and chair, keeping my laptop on the desk, that makes a difference. That
Okay.
surely makes a difference.
It
Okay.
does. Mm.
And then the next, I think, quality, you need to be very very sure of what you're writing.
Mm.
Please don't take up a question and just write anything. मेरे साथ हुआ है ये, that I took up a question assuming that I know the answer or I'll find the answer somewhere on the net,
Mm.
internet, and I couldn't find. And मैंने आधे से 1 घंटा उसको दिया and मैंने realize किया I'm not able to find the answer. I will not be able to do it the way the quality has to be maintained, and I skipped it.
Okay.
मैंने एक
After
घंटा उसको
accepting the
सर्च.
question, you skipped it. Okay.
Yes, I did that. You have to be honest and you have to accept it कि ठीक है नहीं हो पाया, no problem, but you are not going to play with this whole thing that write anything and the students will accept it.
Mm.
Students are not fools over there. They are all graduate students. They know that what quality is. They just give a nice comment. I remember the worst answer I had written, which according to me I was very good. It was an options wala answer, and I still don't know why these people didn't like it. And the person commented on it was, thanks for this horrible answer. Yeah.
Oh.
So I was, all very, and that day I actually made a this thing to myself that no, I'm not going to play until and unless I'm not sure with the answer. I'm not going to take up the question. So be
Okay.
very careful of that. Secondly, the best part of a year is you don't need to write histories and geographies.
Mm.
Like they've asked you the benefits of what did I have today morning? A question I have workforce planning. Benefits of workforce planning.
Okay.
You don't have to start from what you will write a short 2 lines. You will write what is workforce planning, but you don't have to write a history of what is workforce planning, then come to the benefits. Simply
Mm-hmm.
write the benefit of workforce planning, finish it in one paragraph. These
Okay.
people don't want lengthy answers. These people basically want something that they can understand easily.
Okay.
You
Okay.
make your answers crisp and to the point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Point रखने,
Okay.
there should be a meaning out of it. ऐसे that even if a layman is reading your answer, the person will understand that what it is.
Okay. Language has to be simple.
Language has
See,
to be
one.
clear. You are basically a
Hmm.
teacher to them, so you have to explain your point in a very good way. That is the main
Okay.
thing.
Acha, one thing I still could not get from you, I think we deviated from the topic a little. The money part. How much can a person earn in terms of rupees, if you can tell me something? A
Okay.
bracket?
See, basically, I think the minimum amount will be 3,000, 2,000. That could be
Okay.
minimum if you are just taking it for granted. And if you are actually into it, then you can earn from 1.5 to 2 lakhs a month.
Wow. That's nice.
Yes.
That's nice.
You
That is
because how you'll have to take it now. You'll have to take the this thing, the whole approach this way, that if you are working in an office,
hmm.
you are giving 8 to 9 hours into it.
Yeah.
ठीक है, उसके बाद क्या होता है, there's a pressure of the boss. ठीक है,
Mm.
you are not getting your kind of work, you are getting the same spontaneous work. ठीक है, you are sleepy, you have to go to a festival, you have to go to a party, you still have to work.
Yep.
After that you're getting that amount, whatever, 50, 60, 70,000, whatever.
Mm.
Over here, if you are working at your home, you have your family around you, you have your home around you, and you're giving 8 hours to it. Imagine giving 8 hours to the whole work. Nowhere. Lakh, 1.5, 2 lakh, it's not going anywhere.
Wow.
There are people like I due to some very much obvious reasons, I am not able to give that much time to it. But then the higher scored people of the maximum questions of the day, they give a whole list. So on that list I see there are people who are doing 30 per day, there are people who are doing 25 a day. I don't know how they manage that, obviously because they must be totally into it and no home responsibilities, they must be youngsters, single and whatever, but they're actually doing it. So,
That's really good. That's good money. Very good
and
money.
the best part over here is they're very genuine. Check is very genuine, payment wise, and your quality check wise, everything they're very
I
genuine.
often get asked these questions that, ma'am, are my bank details safe with them? Should I give them my documents? Is it safe? Are they trustworthy? What
Very
according to you?
trustworthy. Very, look, yeah, 3 years they have my bank account. ठीक है, by 12th or 13th they send me the payment details of how much I have attempted, the questions I have attempted, and the payment I'll get for it. And by the 15th, the payment is in my account. And I would also like to mention, in this 3 years, only once did this happen that they did not pay me on time. There was some technical issue from their side, and the payment came on 20. I received a mail on 13th, I received a mail on 15th apologizing that they could not pay it on time. No, and the coordinator on the WhatsApp group also, he told everyone, intimated everyone that this month the payment will not come on time. So this is the
Okay.
level of transparency. आजकल तो even in a permanent job, people are very insecure that we don't know next month our jobs will be there, we'll be getting salaries, we'll be getting full salaries. With this whole lockdown thing and with this whole economy thing, jobs have become so insecure. I'm really really praising Czech for this. They are very genuine in their payment policies.
I'm sure this interview will help so many people. I'm very sure of this.
Yeah, I hope so.
Because I received so many emails on this topic, and I have some experience of it, but not really very good amount of experience because I haven't worked with Czech for over 2 years now.
Yeah.
So forgotten things. I don't really remember how things used to work. And I'm sure your interview is going to change a lot for a lot of people. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Yeah.
So your one
Not bad.
simple advice is to answer the questions more in the night time rather
Yes,
than the
if you
morning or the
can
afternoon.
manage that, if you can plan that, because I have my home, I have my kids. Okay,
Mm,
they get up morning and they start jumping on my head. But I
mm,
make sure that I'll give them breakfast, I'll give them the work to do, and then I'll take a nap. Evening, may if afternoon, may I need to take a nap. My husband is there. I'm like, take care of the kids. I have to take a nap. Why? Because I have to stay awake in the night and answer questions in the night. So
that's very
that night time, if you can invest in, that will be the best for you. Morning bhi aate hain questions. It's not that if you are not available in the night, if you cannot arrange it in the night, then it's hopeless for you. It's not like that. ठीक है,
mm,
morning भी आते हैं questions. So people who are working in the morning are also getting questions. The best part about check, let me tell you right now, is over here what has happened. Check में people are registering more. ठीक है, check is getting famous. Over there, what is happening? More and more students are registering into check. पहले ऐसा मतलब आई हैव एक्सपीरियंस दैट टाइम के व्हेन देयर इज अ टर्म ब्रेक, तो हार्डली वी यूज्ड टू गेट क्वेश्चंस. नो क्वेश्चंस ऑन बोर्ड, नो क्वेश्चंस ऑन बोर्ड. द पीपल डूइंग चेक वुड बी knowing what no questions on board means. ठीक है, and we are sitting idle because there are no questions right now. जितने थे वो सब आंसर हो गए. The ones which were there have all been answered.
mm,
Now hardly do I get a time. No term break, no nothing. Always there are questions. Question
mm.
flow has improved very very much. So this is an
Okay.
opportunity for us that we can grab. पहले ना मतलब ये नेसेसिटी हो जाता था कि रात में ही बैठो. We used to ask our coordinator, yeah, there are no questions on the board, and he used to say, I cannot do anything about it. You sit in the night. In the night you'll get nice flow. Now that thing is finished.
That problem is over.
Morning maybe you get good questions.
Which
Flow अच्छा
subject are
मिलता
you
है,
working
but
on?
मेरी experience ये है कि you get easy questions in the night
Okay.
somehow.
And which subject is it that you're taking up right now?
I am into business operations.
Business operations. This would be humanities stream? Which stream would this be?
Commerce. Commerce
Commerce.
has accounts. Yeah,
Mm.
accounts, economics, and business. So I'm
I
into operations. Yeah.
got it, got it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. This interview was really helpful. I'm sure thousands of people are going to watch this. I'm very sure this is going to be a major success. Thank you for sparing time for me and for the thousands and lakhs of people who are going to watch this interview.
I
And
hope it's helpful for them.
I'm sure
I
it will.
hope it gives them the help that we did not get at our time. We had to
Yes,
manage
you
with
don't
all the
understand.
guesswork. Yeah,
You learned from your mistakes. They are going to learn from your mistakes again.
good benefit they're
Okay.
getting, all
If
because of you.
needed. Oh, thank you. Thank you for. I don't know. I don't think I did anything here. 3 years of immense hard work. That is what is paying off, and I think is going to pay off for a very very long time. You're going to make good money on this
I am
platform.
not going anywhere. I'm not leaving Czech, no matter how much you try.
No plans of doing any other job, right? You're going to continue with this, right? Good.
I
Well,
have actually, I have explored the market. I have seen the jobs which I can do. They are really paying so bad, and they are really so tough.
mm,
Working hours and traveling time and the
mm,
social life, the politics in office, whatever you see today. कि मतलब everyone is insecure about jobs. Everyone is like हम बैठ जाएं. These people should leave. Those kind of things. I have seen my husband facing all that every day. My
mm.
husband comes every day depressed from the office, and he's like, if I leave my job, will you be able to get the expenses into? Obviously, he's not doing that, and there's no such insecurity. But then this is what is the reality today. Jobs in India, very very bad phase. I hope it gets better. But at this time, Czech is very very good. It's very helpful. I'm telling you. If you're into
Okay.
it, then people just don't leave it.
And
Just
I
work.
remember that day when I actually passed on this message to you, informing you about Czech. I had not known that it is going to be such a life-changing thing for you.
You informed me about Czech. You reminded me for Czech. Did you register? Did you get into it? And I was like, okay, I'll get into. Yeah, I'll do it. And that took a long time for me even to get into it and register. And you
Your
were
daughter
bugging
grew
me.
up.
I
Your
remember
daughter
that.
grew up in the process.
So that also I went through with you. I was not easy for you to get me into Czech. That's how it went.
Yeah. Okay. It's time we end this interview. And if needed, maybe I'll ask for your help again. But for now, I think we have enough knowledge to let people know how things work on Czech. Thank you very much. And
Bye bye.
now you can say a bye bye to your viewers.
Bye bye, everyone. All the best with Czech.
Okay. Bye. Thank you.